Mustard banana. Hello. Hi, we have more, I wouldn't say like major news, but just more clearing up basically with Bloxburg and Coffee Stain, the whole deal with that. I'm sure most of you already know, you've probably watched a lot of like announcement videos and such, but yeah, in case you didn't. Short story, pretty simple. Bloxburg partnered up with a new company called Coffee Stain because they needed some help to continue working on this game to make it even bigger than it is, because this game has so much potential. It's got so much potential. Obviously, two people by themselves working on the game, probably long-term wise, I don't know, might not be the best thing in the world. So I'm really glad that they were able to finally hire more people, get a new team. They, obviously partnered up with Coffee Stain to, make the game better, to improve it. But at the same time, they're keeping the style of it. Nothing crazy so far has been changing. If you're too scared of Bloxburg becoming completely different or anything like that, do not worry at all, because they plan on keeping a tight-knit team that they've set themselves, and they were going to maintain the style of this game. In case you ever wonder, you're ever curious, scared or anything, do not worry. We have news about the previous update that I want to talk about it, okay? Because I had a hunch, because if you watch the Valentine's update, you will know that recliner chair animation, yeah, they actually worked on that. The new team have finally started working on it. Okay, so let's get into the announcement, or what Froggy had mentioned. So Froggy on Twitter made a tweet 11 hours ago saying, here's a good video with Jace from Satisfactory team discussing Coffee Stain and the company's different studios projects. I've definitely seen some confusion, so hopefully this clears up things a little bit, and go to 9:59 to hear more about Bloxburg. Okay, so there's this video right here. I've watched it 2 times already. If you want to watch it, you can. I'll most likely put the link in the description. But basically, if you don't want to watch this video, I watched it twice already. So within Coffee Stain itself, they have many different studios working on many different games, obviously. So people have been just going to, like, I guess every Coffee Stain employee and asking them about Bloxburg, but there's different studios that specialize in different games. So there's a new studio called Gothenberg. It's a studio that in Gothenburg in Sweden. Pretty much that team specializes in Bloxburg, and that's kind of like the short story of it. Not all studios specialize in Bloxburg, so you have to go to that specific studio to get, like, if you want to ask them questions, I guess you have to go to the Gothenberg one. I know it's kind of a lot, but pretty much it's really simple. Different studios will work on different games, so that's pretty much it, in case anyone is wondering. And of course, in the video as well, he mentioned that the original creators are still part of the game, so do not worry about that as well, because a lot of people have still been wondering about that, whether or not Coeptis or Froggy House are still like part of this, working on it. They are, so do not be scared, do not be worried about the future of this game. So that's another question that's been answered. Yeah, a lot of questions have been answered in that video. I'll still put the video in the description. I'll put you at the specific timestamp of it if you want to watch it for yourself and get more like clarity. He made a TLDR too long. If it's too long, you didn't want to read. Coffee Stain consists of multiple studios all working on different projects. So the other studio teams and social media accounts are not involved with Bloxburg and are typically unable to answer questions or field comments / feedback except about their own projects. That's pretty much yeah, that's the best way of pretty much it. I almost forgot about that one. He also answered a few other questions within this. Here's the hard-hitting question, okay, from Elite I think Elite Roblox. They asked, are the Coffee Stain devs already working on the updates? And Froggy replied, yes, the new team members who have been hired on so far are working on the game now, including some of the content featured in our last update, as they continue to learn and familiarize themselves with the game. So everyone's speculations of whether or not they were working on the game already, yes, they have been slowly but surely. They're pretty much, once again, they're still new to this, and they're learning about Roblox and Bloxburg, and obviously figure things out. And so far, I feel like they're doing a great job. If you go into build mode from our last update, we were talking about this recliner chair. Oh my gosh, reclining chair. This reclining chair has been the talk of the town for some people. I don't know how big of a deal it really is, though. I feel like it was just me and like maybe a few other creators and stuff on Twitter. But this animation to even recline the chair, it's so good. There's a reason why it was so good. It's because the new team has already been working on this game very slowly. And another thing that you may notice from the update now is that furniture items, they don't specify who it's made from. And Froggy himself said that there's multiple people working on these now, so there's no point in really like putting a credit to the one developer. I feel like that's a really cool thing as well, is that there probably won't be credits from now on anymore. Like from these future updates, any object, there probably won't be any more credits, because multiple people have worked on maybe that one object and such, so they don't want to, you know, I don't think they feel like it's necessary to give credit to like that one specific person in the team. That is another thing. I've noticed that as well, so I knew something was up. But I'm pretty sure they have been working on like most of these objects. You know, the new team has been working on these objects. A little interesting because like thing with this is that the coffee table, you put it on grass, you can see like the bottom of the coffee table. But right now, like if you put on like flooring, because this is just regular floor, you can't see the bottom of it. That's a fun thing. I guess they still have to like figure that out and how that works. Just some updates on the furniture in the game. We finally have our answers now. Like they are actively working on the game, but probably like slowly but surely, because yeah, they are brand new to this. They need to figure out all of like Roblox Studio. They need to figure out how the game actually works, like performance wise and everything. Like it's a lot to take in for them because there's just so much to learn. I don't know, I feel like it's just you know, it's a lot bigger than what we think of it. Like, oh wow, new people who specialize in this, they can do a great job and just model and all of that. But no, I think there's definitely more layers to it, and they definitely want to make sure that the style is still suited to Bloxburg. It still performs well. Like performance wise, they got to make sure it's great. Yeah, that's really good. That just goes to show how good they were in keeping the style of the game still like to Bloxburg, because we weren't sure if they were working on these or not. But I mean, it was kind of obvious though. The recliner chair was very big. Not a red flag, it was a big green flag. It was a green flag. I'm obsessed with that. So it only goes to show what else they're going to be able to like improve within this game with animations, or awesome the next upcoming furniture objects are going to look. Even features as well. I feel like that snapping feature, you know, the snapping feature with these sectional sofas, I don't know how complicated it is to do that, but they do have a new coder, they have animators, they have modelers. They have a whole brand new team. So I'm assuming, like, I feel like the coder definitely was able to help with, like, you know, the snapping in this, because we had so many sectionals in this game and they weren't able to like snap them together until recently. So I feel like the new coder was able to work on this snapping feature as well. I'm pretty sure that's like, I'm sure that's a thing. So it is amazing. I'm just knowing this, like we have answers now to these things, is just very, very reassuring, and I'm very hopeful. I think Bloxburg has a super bright future now. Like, feel like it's not entirely revived quite yet because we still have to wait. They have to familiarize themselves. They have to get used to everything. But knowing like in the future, long-term wise, I know we have to wait. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Just expect like these next couple like future updates that we're going to get. They're still slowly but surely getting used to it. And by the time, like maybe by the end of the year or so, maybe even before that, depending how fast they pick up on these things, it will get crazy. It's going to get wild. And I know they probably have a lot of plans like lined up and such. I can't wait. I can't contain my excitement because for the longest time we've been wanting this. Like all of us have been like here and there. I've been seeing, you know, all of us have been worried or complaining about the lack of updates, and some of us being disappointed with some of the content that came out in previous updates. I was still always grateful, like, but some of them were just a little bit underwhelming. Not to hate on it. I don't hate on it. I'm very grateful. Okay. But I just wanted to pretty much clear everything out because I'm sure there were still questions, people still wondering, curious, and I just wanted to make this quick episode to clear all of that because Froggy pretty much just gave us answers from the actual coffee stain person. There was a video. Once again, I'll put that video in the description if you want to check it out. I'll put the exact timestamp so you can just watch the Bloxburg part of it, because there's other like studios that he talks about, gets in more detail. So another note, okay, this is a random thing. Okay, this is super random. The new developers that are part of the Bloxburg team have created Twitter accounts now, which is awesome. So here's one of them. I don't even want to pronounce their names. I will mess it up. Okay, I will mess it up. So here's one of them. Here's another Bloxburg dev, Uteraflan. I'm gonna try to pronounce that one. Uteraflan underscore CSG. He is an animator at Welcome to Bloxburg, and this is his only social media account. Anything else is fake. Someone else was pretending to be him. He had to make it. So yeah, welcome to the Twitter. Welcome to the Twitter. I'm really excited to see what they cook up. You look at his photo. If you look at the photo here, there's his house. People have been talking about his house as well. It's awesome. I feel like it's really, I need to see it. I need to go in game and look at it, like not in person, but in Bloxburg person. I want to look at it. He's wearing the Froggy Hops merch as well. That's awesome. The animator. So I'm assuming he's the one behind the reclining chair animation. And then of course we have Tal Render, which is the programmer at Welcome to Bloxburg. So I'm assuming they, if anything, since they're the programmer slash coder, I guess, maybe they were the one to work on the snapping feature. I don't know. We can throw our speculations there based on their titles. I'm not too sure what this developer is in charge of, but I'm really excited to see what they also come up with. So those are the only 3 devs I have seen made accounts so far. If you want to check them out, here's their Twitters. I think that pretty much sums up of everything I wanted to talk about and clear out, just in case. If I had to sum it up, Bloxburg will still feel like Bloxburg. There's a new big team, big things are coming, and they've already started working on the game. It's great. Gothenberg is the one that specializes in Bloxburg. There's a whole bunch of different studios in Coffee Stain, so do not ask every Coffee Stain employee. Anyways, but yeah, that wraps up today's episode. If you guys enjoyed it, you found it interesting, helpful in any way, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up, and make sure you hit the subscribe button too, because it is completely free, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Yay, now we're like, we pretty much have our answers, right? I mean, I'm sure there's probably still a few questions, but most of the questions have been answered, and now we don't feel like we're left really in the dark, I guess, per se.